Hey guys, John from Verum Ecom. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys how we were able to generate $100,000 in revenue in just over a month using this brand new testing method. Now please do keep in mind this was an experimental general store, as I've been mostly building one product stores, so I wasn't able to scale to extreme volumes, but nonetheless it was a great experiment and I hope you guys will learn a lot from my experience. First, I'm going to reveal the 3 winning products from the store. Then I'll go over the exact ad account structure, and finally I'll cover how to create winning ads. Let's get started. So in this store we probably tested close to 20 products. Now out of the 20 products, there were 3 products that really stood out and brought in the bulk of the revenue. Now unlike the one product store method, with a general store, the goal is to move quickly and identify winners fast. The reason why you want to scrap a product quickly if it doesn't get initial traction is because you don't want to waste time on marketing efforts when you could scavenge highly profitable products that people want with very minimal marketing. The only downside to this is that it requires a much bigger testing budget and you're likely to burn through a lot of cash quickly, which is why I advocate most beginners to start with a one product store. Because with a one product store, you can slowly modify your marketing, your funnel, your cost of goods to eventually reach profitability. But with a general store, this is very hard because you're running so many different products. If you're interested in our one product store method, check out some of our past case studies on our posture brace and a mosquito trap that we sold. Alright, so what were the winning products? The 3 winning products were a side sleeping pelvic cushion, some squishy slippers, and a seat cushion. The characteristics that all 3 of these products shared was that from initial launch they were all very profitable. Combined, these 3 products made the bulk of the revenue, bringing in about $72,000 of the $100,000 in revenue. That's over 70% of the revenue. It goes to show just how powerful winning products can be. The profit breakdown for these products look like this. The side sleeping pelvic cushion brought in $34.5K in revenue, we spent $18.7K in ads, and the total cost of goods was $10.5K. Bringing in a total net profit of $5.3K, which is about a 15% net profit margin. Next, the squishy slippers brought in $24.3K in revenue, we spent $12.7K in ads, and the cost of goods was $8,000, bringing in a total net profit of $3.6K, which is about 15% net profit margin. Now finally, the seat cushion brought in $12.9K in revenue, $4.1K in ad spend, and $4.2K in cost of goods, bringing in a total net profit of $4.6K, which is about 35% net profit. So the total profit from just these 3 products was about $13.5K. Now if you notice carefully, you can see how the lowest revenue generating product was actually the product that brought in the highest net profit. A good takeaway I got from this was that generating a lot of revenue and scaling very high doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be making the most net profit. So don't get carried away by big numbers on YouTube, because at the end of the day, net profit is the only thing that matters. So how did I find these winning products? This time I tried a different idea. I decided to only select products from my Instagram story, and every day as I would browse through all of my friends' Instagram stories, I would get hit with dozens of dropshipping ads. I would select a few ads that I thought were very interesting and save them by sending the ad to my friend on Instagram. After that, I would browse through AliExpress data to confirm that the product was a highly sought after product. To do this, all you have to do is go to AliExpress, log in, and then access the dropshipping center. From here, just search for the product that you want to sell, and then the dropshipping center will populate with all the data they have on that product. So for this example, I typed in leg pillow because that was one of my winning products. Now what I like to look for are products that have cumulatively sold at least 1,000 plus units. This is important because it tells me that there's good market demand for this product. Next, I'll take a look at the top listings and check the analytics. What I'm looking for here is a consistent trend showing me that the product is still selling daily. This is important because many times you might be entering into a market that's already way too saturated. So judging by this graph, it shows you that the product is selling on average about 50 plus units a day. That to me indicates that this product is still sought after today and the market still has room for more vendors, because if you think about it, this is just one top listing for this leg pillow. There are still dozens if not hundreds of other suppliers trying to sell the exact same product on AliExpress. Most likely this product is selling in the hundreds per day if not thousands per day on AliExpress. Alright, so now that you know how I found my winning products and the criteria I look for before going into testing, let's go over the actual ad account structure I used to test my general store. So the ad account structure looks like this. To test, I would start with one CBO campaign with a $100 budget running the conversion objective. 4 ad sets running purchase conversion, worldwide targeting no exclusions, language set to English all, gender all, and auto bid aka lowest cost. For the interest targeting, I would just select one broad interest related to my product. I didn't think about it too hard or try to find a small audience. Broad audiences seem to work the best in 2020, so I definitely recommend broader over smaller. So for example, for the leg pillow, I selected interests like knee, sleep, insomnia, etc. These are all interests with 5 mil plus audience sizes. And finally, for the ads, I tested 3 different variations of the ad in each ad set. These could be a mixture of images and videos, such as 2 videos and 1 picture, or 2 pictures and 1 video. You want to test both videos and pictures because you never know when a picture might outperform a video. Now with that said, in my experience, I've noticed that videos usually outperform picture ads on products that people don't quite understand what the functionality of the product is. So for the leg pillow, the videos clearly outperform picture ads because people need to understand how the pillow is going to benefit their sleep, and a picture ad doesn't quite give a thorough enough illustration to get the main selling point across. Alright, so to recap, the overview of the testing strategy looks like this. 1 campaign, 4 ad sets with different interests each, 3 ads per ad set, all utilizing a variation of the creative. Now after the initial day 1 testing phase, regardless of if there was a purchase or not, I would go right into view video 75% lookalikes. This is usually only possible with worldwide targeting because views are much cheaper versus targeting countries such as top 4, which is US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Usually with top 4, you'll have to spend at least $200 to be eligible to make a view video 75% audience. To test these new lookalikes, I would use almost the same structure as the first day testing phase. 1 CBO campaign with a $100 budget, 3 ad sets testing view video 75%, 1%, 2%, and 3% with the same settings as the testing phase, besides removing interest because now we're testing lookalikes, and then the same 3 creatives per ad set. Now please keep in mind that I don't turn off the initial testing phase campaign. I let both the lookalikes and the interest campaigns run simultaneously. Now after day 2, this is where I'd assess whether or not I want to run the product. The reason why I give 2 days of testing and a total of $300 in spend per product before determining whether or not I want to run it is because $100 doesn't give significant enough data to be sure that the product will work. Plus, I'm not sure if the interest I selected on day 1 is the best fit for the product, but I'm confident that a view video 75% lookalike will be narrowed in much more on the target audience. So if the view video 75% doesn't work, then most likely it's going to be a pretty hard product to market. Alright, so after day 2, your ROAS is at least a 1.5x on the view video 75% campaign, then most likely I wouldn't touch this campaign. It could optimize drastically on day 2. I've seen times where on day 1 it barely breaks even, and then on day 2 this campaign does amazing. However, if the ROAS on this campaign is below a 1.5x, then most likely I will kill this product and then move on to the next product. Now if the interest testing campaign has a ROAS below 1.5x, I would most likely kill this campaign. If it's above a 1.5x, then I will let this one continue to run and collect more data. Alright, so after day 3, this is where I would decide whether I can scale this product or not. If the results stay consistent with day 2 where the ROAS is still a 1.5x, then most likely this product isn't a super winner but more of a moderate winner, where scaling will lead to unprofitability as the market isn't big enough but can still make small profits at low scale. In this case, I would try different audiences on a low budget. I'll test page view 1 to 3%, add to cart 1 to 3%, view video 95%, 1 to 3%, etc. Now if the ROAS is above a 2, I'll try to go into a slightly more aggressive scaling phase. I'll try a $500 CBO with view video 75%, 1 through 10%. Finally, if the ROAS is amazing, such as a 3x plus, this is where I would go all out and start testing high budgets with all audiences possible. I'll try a view video 75%, 1 through 10%, view video 95%, 1 through 10%, page view 1 through 10%, add to cart 1 through 10%, etc. Basically, I'll experiment with high budgets for all audiences possible. Products that can hit 3 times ROAS plus are likely to perform much better at higher budgets because the ROAS clearly indicates that there's a huge market demand for this product, so the Facebook algorithm will do its best to utilize your budget and capture as big of a market as possible. If you start to see your ROAS decline after a certain budget, try scaling down, as you might have capitalized on your full market capacity, because you have to keep in mind that there's only a certain amount of people online at any given time throughout the day. Although there might be over 1 billion users on Facebook, there's probably only a few hundred million people online simultaneously. I've noticed that with any product, there reaches an ad spend where more spend can actually lead to a lower ROAS. So once you reach this threshold, scale down, because it's up to you as the advertiser to balance this ratio between spend and ROAS to get the most optimal return on your investment. Alright, so that just about wraps up the Facebook ads portion for this general store. If you would like to learn more about ads and scaling, you'll get a much more thorough insight by looking at some of our past videos. Now, these two videos are case studies on how we scaled a posture brace and a mosquito trap to over $500,000 in revenue. And this video is all about running Facebook ads on a low budget. Okay, so let's move on to the creatives. So how do you make a winning creative? The short answer is super simple. Test, and test a lot. However, following a proven formula can greatly supplement your testing efforts, so I'll lay out an overview of how I structure my creatives. Start with a 3-second hook that captures the audience's attention, then display 5 to 10 seconds of how the product works, then another 5 to 10 seconds of product features, and finally close it off with a call to action. So here's one of the creatives that worked extremely well for us. This creative was made for the squishy slippers that we sold. So let's analyze this creative to see how I made it. As you can see, we start off with a 3-second hook that captures the audience's attention very quickly with the headline, "Make walking more comfortable." This basically filters my audience from the start to only people who are looking to make walking more comfortable. Based on the data I collected, most of the people who are buying had sore feet, bad joints, or were just plain looking for more comfortable slippers. Next, we go into 10 seconds of talking about how the slipper is going to make your life more comfortable. I've realized through years of selling that illustrating the benefits of a product sells much better than giving a list of product features, because people want to know right away how a product is going to make their life better. No one truly cares about the features of a product nearly as much as the benefit, because when it comes to marketing, it's all about feelings versus logic. Just take a look at Apple. Everyone knows the features are very overpriced, yet people flock to buy it because it makes them feel better versus the competition. So I always emphasize using benefits first and then features next in all of your video advertisements. Alright, so to wrap up the last 10 seconds of the video advertisement, I talk about the features of the slipper and then I go into a call to action. This is practically my format for every video ad I make, and it has worked exceptionally well, so I advise you guys to all give it a try. Okay, so to make this creative, it was actually really simple, because all the clips were already available. I didn't have to shoot any original content, I just pieced together bits of clips from different sources. The first source I like to use is AliExpress. If you just look up your product on AliExpress, many times the listings come with a video on the product page. Just check all the listings on AliExpress and try to find clips that you like. Next, I'll check YouTube for clips. Most of the time, YouTube will have an abundant amount of old clips that you can use. So just search for your product on YouTube and download clips that you think would be a great fit for your video. Then I'll check Alibaba. Many times I find hidden clips on here that I couldn't find on AliExpress. Finding clips on Alibaba is the same as AliExpress. Just look up your product and browse through all the product selections. Finally, I'll dig through InVideo free stock footage and videos. They have access to over 1 million free stock photos / videos, so if I want to incorporate some B-roll footage or stock images to better illustrate my product, InVideo is basically my go-to. Alright, so that's about it when it comes to sourcing your clips. Now, how do I put these clips together to make the creative? So there's actually 2 ways I've been doing this. When I first got started, I was using Premiere to edit all of these clips together myself. Now, Premiere is a much more advanced software with a very high learning curve. It took me several weeks before I became proficient at editing clips myself inside Premiere. And then after Premiere, I learned about InVideo, which is a cloud-based editing software. It's basically a dropshipper's dream software for making video ads because everything is super easy and all drag and drop. It only takes a few hours to learn and it's much cheaper than Premiere. Now with that said, it doesn't have all the advanced features of Premiere and you won't be able to make every video exactly how you would dream it to look like, but it's perfect for dropshipping. Now, in my opinion, it has everything you need to make amazing dropshipping videos, and it's much easier to use. I've switched over completely from Premiere to InVideo because it just saves so much time when it comes to making dropshipping ads. So if you're interested in InVideo, they're running a special promotion with us. If you use our link below this video and apply the code VERUM50, you'll get 50% off your first subscription. That means it's only $10 a month or $60 for the yearly plan. An amazing deal that you don't want to miss out. Now for this general store, I started off making all the videos myself in InVideo to learn all the ins and outs of what a good video should look like, and then I partnered up with Ecom videos to automate the entire process. Because eventually you don't want to be doing all the groundwork. You want to outsource all the lower level processes to other people in order to scale a business. Ecom Videos is a dropshipping video ad creation company aimed at creating profitable video ads for you on complete autopilot. I've been using their service for about 3 months now, and they've created some very profitable video ads for me that generated 2, 3, 4, and even 5 times ROAS depending on the product. They're very experienced at both copywriting and sequencing the clips in the right order for maximum conversions. It was honestly a no-brainer working with them because it just saved me so much time overall on the general store. All I would have to do is send them a link to the product and they would do everything else. I mean literally everything, from finding the clips to writing the video copy to stitching everything together. So if you want high converting video ads without the grunt work, then visit studio.verumecom.com and use the code VERUM for $10 off your first order. The link will also be in the description down below. Now of course the only downside to this is the price, as one video can cost anywhere from $30 to $60, which is already more expensive than a 1-month subscription to InVideo. So if you're lacking the budget, I would recommend making your own videos inside InVideo first until you have enough cash flow to afford Ecom videos. Okay, so for those of you guys interested in making your own videos, let me go over InVideo and show you guys exactly how I use it to create highly converting video ads with ease. For this example, I'll be recreating the slipper ads inside InVideo. Now I've already sourced all of the clips from AliExpress, Alibaba, and YouTube. Now all we have to do is come up with the copy and figure out how to stitch the clips together in the best order possible. So let's dive into my computer and I'll show you guys how it's done. Alright guys, so now we're inside of InVideo. Now I just want to go over the exact templates over here so you guys get a better understanding of what InVideo is. Basically they're a cloud-based editing software with a bunch of different templates that you can just copy and paste your own products onto and make advertisements in like 10 to 20 minutes versus like having to make all of these nice looking advertisements on your own. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different templates that you can use for any kind of niche that you could possibly imagine. But for our purposes, when it comes to just dropshipping, there's probably only a few templates that I would probably use, which is like templates like this where you're advertising a product, and then square templates for like Facebook advertisements. So let me just scroll back up to the top, and as you can see, there's templates for Facebook Story, YouTube Landscape, Instagram Story, Facebook Newsfeed, Instagram Post, and they actually have a lot more as well. But most of the times I never use any of this. I click on blank template over here and I'll either use the vertical template over here or the square template, and I'll just make it from scratch because my advertisements are pretty unique. And InVideo is really easy to use, but if you guys have any trouble, just click on the tutorials over here and they'll basically explain to you how to use like any of the features that you might have a question on. It probably took me about 2 to 3 hours when I first got started to become proficient at using the software. So do keep that in mind. Now for the purposes of our video, I already pre-made the advertisement for you guys inside of InVideo because I didn't want our YouTube video to be over like 40 minutes because it did take me about 20 minutes to make this. So let me go over exactly how I made this, and then I'll go over some of the features with you that I mainly use. And it's actually really easy because I only use like 3 features from it, which is I select the music, I put some text on it, and I upload our videos. And as you can see, like some of these are from our past videos. This is actually for the course, but apart from that, these were the 3 clips I used for the slippers. I found these on AliExpress. So like this one here, this one here, and this one over here. So all I had to do for these clips was kind of trim out certain sections and then stitch them together down over here in the timeline. Now as you can see over here in the timeline, if I click on this element over here, you get access to all these different layers. So right here you see that we have two media elements, or two media layers, and then on top of that we have the text layer, which is this. And to modify this, all you have to do is just kind of stretch it, and it'll become bigger, and you can realign this anywhere you want, like right here. And it's really easy to add text over your video. You just click on text over here and scroll over to all these different pre-animated text styles. So let's say like I want to use this style over here. Like I'll just click on plus, and I'll automatically import this into this element over here. Then you can have two text elements side by side, but I already have an element in here, so I'm just gonna delete this one. So let me give you guys a preview of this video. 1 second. Play all scenes. Yeah, so as you can see, it's like a classic dropshipping advertisement that you probably see everywhere. And here was a script that I kind of came up with it. I wrote it down inside of Notepad. Now, because I didn't have all the necessary clips for every single portion of this copy, I decided to leave some of it out. But basically what I did was I came up with a rough draft for the copy, and then I picked some of the stuff that I thought would be appropriate with the clips, and then just stitched it together to make this entire video. And yeah, that's actually really it. Like it was that easy. Let me just give you guys one thing that might confuse you a bit, because this is what took me like 10 minutes to understand, which is when you want to add a new scene, you want to click add scene, click on this, and it'll give you this blank scene with nothing on it. And to delete these elements over here, just click on delete on your keyboard, and now you have this blank element. And then if you want to put your own clip over here, just go into your uploads. You probably want to upload your own file into the upload section right here. Then all you got to do is drag and drop your clip into the time frame, enlarge it to whatever size you want it to be, like that big, and then go to video edit and then click on trim video. Now here's where you can trim the video to just include a certain segment. So let's say I wanted to only include like this part right here. Actually, not that part. Maybe like, let's just say I wanted to only include this portion right here where he's bending the slipper and squishing it. So we'll go to start over here, and we'll trim it down, and we'll go to the end over here, and then we'll trim it down again like this, and then click on done. And boom, you got your video over here. Now if you want transitions between elements from like this element to this element, you can select any transition you want, and it'll give you a little sample of what the transition looks like. Most of the times I don't use transitions though, so I'll just remove it. And now as you can see, the video goes from 1994 over to 2238. So I want to crop down this layer down here to fit the video. Otherwise it's going to be a blank background for a while, as you can see. So 2238, just trim it down. And now to put the text element on, just go over here and just click on one of these. And now you got your text element here. Now of course there's a lot of different styles, so just look through the styles and pick the ones that you want. But like that's literally about it for InVideo. It's super easy to learn and it's super easy to use. So that's why I've been mainly using this versus Premiere, because it just saves you a lot of time. Alright, yeah, so I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I hope you guys can try out InVideo and really get the full potential of making video advertisements for dropshipping. Okay, so that's about it for making the creatives. I would say that InVideo is the best bet when it comes to creating video ads by yourself with absolute ease. But if you don't want to spend the time making your own videos, then I would highly recommend Ecom Videos to outsource all of your video ad creation. The links to both InVideo and Ecom Videos along with the coupon codes will be posted in the description below, so make sure to check it out. Also, I'll have a link to InVideo's Facebook community where there are thousands of entrepreneurs who are actively talking about the best practices when it comes to highly converting video ads. Alright, so to summarize my experience with making a general store, I've realized that testing fast and moving quickly is the key to success. Because with a general store, you're looking for products that will sell itself. Unlike a one product store, you don't want to force a product to sell by improving your marketing efforts. Products on a general store should already have high market demand and should sell with minimal marketing efforts. I hope that you guys were able to learn a lot through my experience and can implement some of these techniques from this video into your own store. If you want to learn more about dropshipping and would like access to free materials published weekly, check out our website, verumecom.com. We have dozens of articles on dropshipping, from how to make your store, set up lookalikes, and more. Also, don't forget to join our Facebook group. We have a very active community of dedicated entrepreneurs who would be happy to help you out on your dropshipping journey. Okay, so as always, appreciate you guys for all the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.